Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Today I've got this really cute little happy Easter box. This is the Stampin' Anonymous tutorial project. So if you don't know about Stampin' Anonymous tutorials, Stampin' Anonymous tutorials is a bundle of 6 tutorials, and it's my gift to you with any size Stampin' Up order. There's a different tutorial bundle each month, and this cute little box is one of the boxes that we're going to teach you how to make in the February tutorials. We've decided as a group of us, the anonymous stampers, that we are going to show one project each month as a featured project. We can switch up the designer series paper and the stamps, make the project our own, and feature it for you to see. So this is one of the projects that I learned from one of my fellow stampers from the Stampin' Anonymous tutorials bundle. I'm always learning from my fantastic anonymous stamping friends. All right, so here's our box. And the first thing we're gonna do to make this box, I've got a Whisper White circle. I cut that circle using my Stitched Shapes dies, and this is the second largest. This is the 2 3/8 inch stitched circle. It's already cut, and we're going to stamp that with Memento Tuxedo Black and our little chick here. And this great little chick, this is from the Welcome Easter stamp set. It's awesome 11-piece cling rubber stamp set from Stampin' Up's 2020 mini catalog. Great set for Easter, but also keep in mind spring and baby, either favors, cards, great images for baby showers and baby cards. All right, so we're gonna stamp this little dude high of center, and we're gonna color him in with Stampin' Blends. I've got my Stampin' Blends here. I'm using Daffodil Delight Combo and Light Pumpkin Pie. I'm gonna go ahead and do some 2 shade blending on my chick. I'll fill in first the body and wing and tail using Light Daffodil Delight. We're gonna color in segments. And the first thing we do is get a good saturation, kind of a base coat in the area that we're working in. And if you do little circles and kind of go back over the area you just came from with those little circles, then you will get your best fill in. Then we're gonna do a little shadow. I like to do kind of down the bottom, tail, under the head where the chin might cast a shadow with a dark Daffodil Delight. And then we'll take our Light Daffodil Delight, and using those small circles again, we'll bring those 2 shades together. Working in sections helps you to keep the ink wet. So now we'll do the face the same way and the left wing the same way. Base of the light color, little shadow with the dark shade, and then blend them together. All right, there's our little yellow chick. Now I'm gonna do the feathers on his head, the beak and feet with Light Pumpkin Pie. All right, there's our little chick, super cute. Let's do some more stamping. I'm gonna set this aside. I've got a piece of Daffodil Delight. Let's get a Stampin' Pierce mat here. We're gonna use a photopolymer set. So we want that Stampin' Pierce mat, Daffodil Delight, stamp pad. I'm going to ink up my little flower here. Stamp Daffodil Delight on Daffodil Delight. This adorable little thoughtful bloom stamp set provided that great flower image. This is a celebration item. You can earn this item for free with a $50 order during celebration while supplies last. Love the thoughtful blooms. Now the thoughtful blooms stamp set coordinates with the small bloom punch. We're gonna punch that little dude out. And then before we get rid of our Stampin' Pierce mat, let's give this flower some shape. I'm gonna take your pick tool, putty end with the cap on. We're just gonna press down and shape that flower. Now we can get the Stampin' Pierce mat out. I'm gonna add a little detail on that flower going to use a scrap of petal pink cardstock and a 1/4 inch circle punch. It's a little Fisker's 1/4 inch circle punch. It's about the size of a standard office supply hole punch. We're going to put that little petal pink dot on a mini glue dot in the center of our flower, and then we'll put our flower right on a glue dot on the roll. Now we can't lose it while we're assembling the rest of our parts. Got a couple of pieces of the Best Dressed Designer Series paper here. This is the one that we're going to use for the top of our box. It's 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. That's the back side of that pattern. We're also going to use this gorgeous old olive dot. Look at the back of that one, isn't that pretty? We're going to make our leaves. We're going to use the leaf punch out a set of old olive polka dot leaves for our project here. One more quick bit of stamping. I've got, it's about 1/2 to 5/8 inch. It's a scrap of petal pink cardstock, and we're going to stamp the Happy Easter on there with the basic gray. So I got my basic gray stamping pad and that Happy Easter greeting. Now we want to stamp this so that it's 1/4 inch from the left side. We're going to give it a good steady pressure. Let it make a nice impression. There's our Happy Easter greeting. Oh, I think that's the nicest one of the bunch. Now we'll make that little flag end using our tailored tag punch. I'm going to just slide the greeting into the tailored tag punch until you see the end of the greeting, and then back it out and cut a little flag end. Now let's grab our Simply Scored tool here. We're going to bring this guy in, and we want to score on the portrait side first. So this is our 5.5 inch side. I've got a piece of purple posy cardstock here. This is 5.5 by 11. We're going to put it on the 5.5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1.5, and then flip it 180 degrees and score at 1.5. Now rotate 90 degrees, so we're on the 11 inch side. We're going to score at 1.5, 5 1/4, and 6 3/4, and 10 1/2. That's the base of our box. Now, I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to work all these lines. I'm going to burnish each of the score lines, and I like to burnish them so that they're inside out and then right side in. That gives you the smoothest corners, the most crisp folds without any cracking along the edges. And sometimes, especially in dry winter weather, it's very, very cold here today and dry. Sometimes your cardstock will crack along those lines as you fold. The stress will just break the paper fibers apart. So if you do it inside out and then right side in, any cracking of those paper fibers happens on the inside of the box and gives you a better overall finished project. All right, so there's our box, the base of our box. Next thing we're going to do is liberate the tabs. So we're going to cut these 3 score lines here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to trim them out like a little dart. We want to get rid of the actual score line. Just a little bit. You don't want to overdo it here. So there's our tabs for our box. Let's do the other side the same way. I'm going to cut these 3 darts out. Now for the cover end of our box here, we got these 2 little rectangles. We're going to cut them out. We're going to cut them at a long angle toward the corner, and then a slightly less extreme angle toward the corner. See, that's what we're taking out of there. We're going to do that on the other side now too. So same thing, short angle up to the intersecting score line, and then a little bit deeper angle cut here. There's your box. Now we're gonna do tear and tape, and we're gonna put tear and tape on each of these tabs, and we're gonna put them in like an equal sign. And there's a method to my madness here. If we put these on at an equal sign on all 4 tabs, like that, then when you put the box together, you fold in the tab, fold up the side, then you've got adhesive supporting this corner here, and you've got adhesive supporting this flap inside the box. So every time you open and close the box, this is less likely to catch. So you get a nice smooth finish. All right, so we've got our tear and tape. Let's also do our designer series paper while it's flat. I'm gonna use some multi-purpose liquid glue on the back side of my box, or my paper here. Little squiggle through the middle and small bead all the way around the edges. And we're gonna put this centered in this largest rectangle panel right here, one from the flap end. Got a circle punch here. This one's a 3/4 of an inch. You can use a 1/2 inch also. I'm gonna center that in between these folds. When you're satisfied with center, less than halfway into the punch, snip. Now you got a little thumb notch. It'll make it easier to open and close your box. Okay, so I've removed all the liners, and we're going to assemble our box. So tuck in your glue flap, bring the corner of the box to that fold, the edge of the side box to the corner fold. You're gonna make a nice crisp corner here, and then burnish on the inside. Then these little guys back here, gonna bring in nice square corner, burnish. Glue flap inside, and there's your little box. Make sure you burnish all around. All right, so then these little tabs tuck in, so does that little short one on the front, right into the box, nice and secure. Isn't that cute? All right, let's decorate, should we? Last little cardstock piece I have here is a mint macron scallop circle. That is the C size, the 3rd largest from our layering circles, the 2 9/16 inch scallop. Cut that ahead for us. Let's go ahead and adhere that to the box. We can use some multi-purpose liquid glue here. And placement is high of center, about 1/4 of an inch down from the top. Grab some dimensionals for our chick. We'll pop the chick on the box. All right, so the banner overlaps the chick, so we're gonna put some multi-purpose liquid glue right on the end of the circle there. And then I like to take these dimensionals and I put 1/2 right on the edges here, past the circle. Then we'll put the Happy Easter greeting, covering that adhesive, but not covering our little chick. Watch its legs. Can put a little multi-purpose liquid glue on the pointy leaf of our little old olive polka dots, and we're gonna slide that right underneath. We don't wanna cover our chick. Just tuck it under the greeting a little bit, tack it down. Then we need some of this gorgeous mint macaron. It is the sheer linen ribbon. It's 1/8 of an inch. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. It's super soft. We're gonna tie kind of a big loopy bow. Just right off the spool. That's how you have the least amount of waste. But you can see it's a pretty big loopy bow. We're gonna cut it off the spool. Grab your glue dots again. We're gonna kind of scrunch up a glue dot on the back of the knot here and glue it down to the bottom left corner of our sentiment banner. There's our bow. Last, let's embellish with that gorgeous little flower we made. You just pop it right on over the leaves. Off to the left of the greeting, don't cover your greeting. There it is, Happy Easter. Just for a quick little peek, let me show you what this box holds. So I got the little chickie on the outside, and inside I chose little Russell Stover coconut nest and Cadbury cream egg. So some iconic Easter candies fit right in there. Little paper shred at the bottom. It's a very generous size box. And there they are. If you've got any questions about the Stampin' Anonymous tutorials, about the project, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. And to earn those Stampin' Anonymous tutorials for free, place your order at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.